If you want to become a business analyst, you need to know a ton of stuff, or at least that's what people think. You actually only need a few key things to become a business analyst, and in this video, I'm not just going to tell you to take a course and learn something. We're going to explore real job listings together and see what skills employers actually look for. I'm going to use Indeed, LinkedIn, and perhaps even more places, and I want to give you the real stuff, just what employers actually look for, and I'll be focusing on entry-level jobs. Now, this is going to be unscripted to show you the reality. We'll investigate these jobs together and see how we can land them. I've had many requests to make a follow-up video like this, so let's just get started. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Indeed. Now, I'm going to show you a couple of different websites, and I think Indeed is one of my favorite ones, but it's not the best one for everybody. So the ones we're going to go through later is going to be very valuable as well. And as you guys know, I'm recording this very spontaneously. I don't really have a script like usually. So it's going to go like, we're just going to see what we can find. Now, the first thing we can see here is that this one is way too senior for us. So we may have to click on experience level and find entry level, mid level, or senior, or even no experience required. But as you can see, there are a couple of different options here, and they don't really encapsulate all of them. There are definitely jobs here that are not going to have a experience level tag. So if you only look at the entry level jobs, you're probably not going to find all of the entry level jobs. I would say that in this mix here, there's probably going to be more jobs than what is available here. And that's pretty obvious because as you can see, it's around 8,000 jobs here, around 3,000, and then around 2.5. And this doesn't, add up to 16,000. So there's going to be some jobs that aren't actually in this section as well. Now, that's why it's so important to, also experiment with different terms and different tags and just try to find jobs in different ways. If most people are just looking at the experience level over here, and then you're able to find a job that's perhaps even classified the wrong way or something like that, then you can be able to find an opportunity with way less applications, which then means that you are more likely to get the job. Because let's say for this one, if we have 10 applicants for this one and the other jobs have 100, well, you're 10 times more likely to get the job just by applying because it's 10 times fewer people. So, it kind of makes sense to go and use these filters and apply them in different ways to try to find the best jobs. Now we're going to take a look. So the first thing we can see is that some of these are called business data analyst, some are called entry level, some are called like BI intelligence analyst, and some are going to be a little bit different. But I think it's, the main thing is going to be just taking a look at the business analyst. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the entry level jobs. And this is the one that we were looking at. And here's a remote job. And I know that many people want this. So let's take a look at this one. Now, first of all, we have the benefits here. We don't really need to look at those. Responsibilities are going to be important, but we should look at the qualifications first. So you need strong computer skills, Microsoft Office Suite, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook. I mean, you should definitely have this if you want to become a business analyst. And then you should also have some Power BI. Now, Power BI is a very popular data visualization tool, and it's highly in demand, as you can see. We found it on the first job listing. This together with Tableau are going to be the two main ones. Now, as you can see, you need some customer service and communication skills. It's basically because they want somebody that's able to, communicate insights and drive things forward and, be very communicative. I don't know what I'm saying. And that is why it's so important to read these job descriptions and kind of find out what they're looking for. They're looking for somebody that's good at problem solving and also at organizational skills. They're comfortable working with numbers. I mean, for example, in Excel or Power BI or something like that. They do also prefer a formal education, but as you can see, they don't actually require a degree or something, which is definitely a plus. They do prefer it, but I mean, that kind of makes sense. They obviously prefer it. If you have a degree in data analytics or you have a degree in something like finance, they're obviously going to prefer you over somebody that doesn't. But it doesn't mean that you can't get a job if you don't have a degree. It just means that you might have to try a little bit harder. And you should also be reliable with an exceptional attention to detail, comfortable working in a collaborative environment. Again, just a lot of communicating insights and driving things forward. You need to be able to talk to people. A large part of being a business analyst is being able to connect different aspects of the business. So the actual analytics with the tech people and with the actual business itself. Because if you're just finding out insights and you're, solving cool stuff, and if you don't drive them forward to the right people that can actually use them, such as stakeholders and managers, then it's not going to be very valuable for the company. That's why communication skills are so highly prioritized when it comes to business analysts. As you can see, they must excel in a fast-paced business environment while demonstrating composure and professionalism. Yeah, so just basic stuff. And then some also previous programming experience can be helpful. So here, if you have some programming experience, for example, in Python or R or something, it can definitely make you stand out a little bit. It of course depends on the company as well and what you're going to be doing. Now we're going to take a look at another website, and this is called Glassdoor. And most of you guys may have used this for salary analysis and looking at the skills that companies look for, or the different kind of jobs. They have a community board, a job board, a company board with like information about companies and their salaries and benefits and ratings and stuff like that. But they also have a salary board where you can see like the actual job salaries. We have a lot of people that fill in their salaries from specific companies and, you know, departments and careers and stuff like that in specific areas. And I think that's a huge plus on using Glassdoor, because their salaries are actually going to be a little bit better than some of the other websites. As you can see here, they're not really going to recommend you like a salary. They don't really have as much data. But if you are on Glassdoor, then they're going to analyze previous listings and, you know, reported salaries and try to give you an average base salary estimate, and also, you know, some info about the company, previous ratings. And I think this is really good, because when you're looking for jobs, sometimes all the power is in the employer's hands, and it's just like you're just sending applications without knowing anything. But here you can see if it's actually worth spending your time on making a really good application. If the company is good, in this case 4.1, so I would definitely recommend applying to it. They don't seem to have the best compensation and benefits, but still really good ratings. 100% approved to CEO, 73% are happy and recommended to a friend. Now, what do these guys actually look for? Well, they look for a 3 years experience in a business or analyst or data analyst role. So we're not going to look for this one. Let's take a look at the next one. 4 years of experience. As you can see, you may have to look at the filters and actually take a look at the different kind of things, seniority levels. They also have a lot of other functions. You can see if you want to work in a specific department or like specific industry. For example, let's say you're really into healthcare. You could take a look at that and just find it over here. Business intelligence analyst in healthcare. This is also really valuable, because if you actually have experience in a specific field, or you've done projects in healthcare or something, that can help you stand out on the job market. So if you look for companies in that specific industry, that can actually help you succeed. And you don't have to browse through a lot of industries that you don't want to be in. In general, I think it's just about saving time, because a lot of the things that you're going to be doing is going to be volume work. You're going to have to send quite a few applications. But if you're able to find the right industry, you're able to find the right experience level, the right companies that actually hire and that are not sending fake job applications or fake hiring posts, then you're not going to waste as much time, and you're going to be able to send more and better job applications and actually get closer to your job. Because it is kind of a numbers game, and it's all about efficiency and being able to send the right applications to the right companies. Now, let's take a look at the seniority levels. We're going to take a look at the entry level. Not that many jobs, but again, remember what I said, that all the jobs are not going to be classified correctly. We can actually see that ourselves. There's going to be 11,000 jobs here, and if we look at the seniority level, it's like going to be basically half of this. So half of the jobs are not even qualified or classified. So definitely, put in, for example, entry level here, or you could put in, just go to Google. You can put in like beginner or like intern or something like that. It's often going to help you find more jobs that aren't showing when you look at these filters. Now, for this one, it's a little bit better. 75,000 per year, and it's an entry-level business analyst. They want you to have a master's or bachelor's, which is a con, but in some cases you can still send an application and actually get the job, even if you don't have this. They're not always 100% strict with this. They do want you to have some experience. So for example, if you have 1 year of experience or something, perhaps this could be helpful even if you don't have a master's or bachelor's degree. They want you to have excellent verbal and written communication skills, and strong communication skills again, just being able to drive things forward. Now, let's take a look at something else. This is in a fintech firm, and they can often pay very well. It's also in New York City, so the salary isn't that great for New York City. They have a very high cost of living as well in that location, but it can still be a good option. And this is not a confirmed salary. It just depends on previous data. So this one also offers easy apply, and if you don't know what this is, it's basically a way for you to send applications to companies faster, which means that you're going to be able to send more applications in general. So definitely make use of easy apply. Highly recommended. So salary range 60 to 70 per year. I mean, not the best, but it's also a junior role in this case. They do want you to have a bachelor's, but it doesn't mean that you need this. Again, they put this here to, vet out a lot of the candidates. They get so many people that apply, but if you actually have all of these skills, then you can probably still apply and give it a try. It doesn't mean that you're going to get the job, but it just means that, you know, companies, they get way too many applications. So they put stuff here just to kind of get people away from applying. They don't necessarily want people to, you know, if somebody has like good communication skills, they don't want this guy to apply. So they want you to have a lot of different skills. Now, in this case, they want you to have a specific GPA, so maybe they do actually care a lot about it. Of course, you can think about it in different ways, but just don't be discouraged if you don't meet every single qualification. Most people don't do this when they're looking for their first job, or when they're looking for any job, to be honest. Companies are well known for just spamming out skills and expecting people to have everything. So, you know, in this case, they didn't put much information. They have 2.4, so this is why it's really valuable to have this global system rating. I wouldn't apply to this company, and I don't think you should do either. Let's take a look what this is. Amazon, somebody with 2 years of SQL. I mean, they're not really, you know, putting in the best entry-level jobs, but something that is very valuable here is that if you've done projects and you've, you know, taken courses, perhaps you have 1 year of experience. Experience is not just, you know, working in a job. It can also be building a portfolio, doing projects, taking courses. So yeah. But on this website, I'm going to be honest and say that a lot of the jobs seem to require you to have a bachelor's degree or some form of, you know, prior education. Let's see what this one is looking for. This one is not looking for okay, they're actually looking, but they don't require you to have a bachelor's degree. This is a high level of Microsoft Excel, attention to detail, planning, organization skills, communication skills, prioritized work, and, you know, being structured, analytical, work ethic, critical thinking, and bachelor's degree from a 4-year college is preferred, but it doesn't mean that you have to. Let's take a look at LinkedIn. So LinkedIn is probably one of the most popular websites that you're going to be looking at. You can also see how many actually applied, which is really valuable. And if you're able to find a job, let's say that has, you know, 50, then you've basically increased your chances by four times. If for example, if compared to this one with 200. So let's take a look at this. And business analyst. Let's take a look at the remote one, because many guys want this, many of you. So this only requires you to be a US citizen and yeah, whatever. Oh, this actually requires some clearance. That's why. Yeah, this is not an entry level, 5 years of experience, guys. So this is kind of the thing now with job listings. It's a little bit tricky because you have to be able to navigate and find the jobs that are actually relevant. There are so many jobs that are put out there that aren't actually relevant to you, regardless of who you are. If you're a senior, then you want to avoid the entry-level jobs. If you're advanced or beginner, you want to avoid the advanced jobs. So let's take a look at the experience level. 8,000 entry-level jobs, probably more as well, if we don't look at the tags. So let's take a look at something here. Business analyst, 6 months ago. Be careful about this. If you see applications that are like 5-6 months or even 1 month, I would avoid this because the chances are that they're not actually recruiting, and you don't want to waste your time on these job listings. So what you can actually do is that you can see jobs that were put out in the past month, and this can actually be helpful as well. So in case you want to find, you know, relevant jobs that aren't necessarily already filled or something, then this is 4 days ago. Very good. Let's see. They prefer a bachelor's. That's expected at this point. Basic knowledge of data analysis tools, SQL, Python, strong interest, communication skills, problem solving, work independently. So a lot of these skills are kind of coming up again and again. We're going to check a UK website as well, SIP Recruiter UK, to give you guys in the UK or in Europe a little bit of understanding as well, kind of the salaries and stuff. So here you can see data analyst, and they're looking for about 38 to 40,000 pounds. It's actually hybrid, so you don't have to work from the office all the time. You can see that the skills they're looking for is Excel, just some soft skills in general. They're not necessarily looking for a bachelor's degree. I don't see this over here, which is a pro for some of you guys. And so I think the important thing is just like the main skills that they're looking for in general are going to be like communication skills, problem solving, perhaps a bachelor's. That's going to help you a ton, but it's not the only way. And they're also going to be looking for an interest in the field and relevant projects and stuff like that. So I hope this video was helpful. I'm going to leave all the resources as well as a business analytics roadmap in the description for complete beginners to help you get your first job. And then also check out this video next. I think you'll like it.